don't know if this is true. This is something I heard behind the scenes. So, but I heard Sarah she was messing around with Freddie P.
Yeah, she did. Fred definitely knocked it down for sure. But that's how it all started, though. When you heard me, that's how it all started, bro. It started with Fred knocking it down. That's when I looked at Sarah like a totally different type of woman. Because in my mind, growing up, you heard me, I thought like the married people were like 100 forever together. You dig? And Sarah, low key, high key, triple key, changed my perception of how I see women. You dig? And I hate to say that, yeah, but changed my whole perception. Because I remember Fred, you did. And Fred, don't judge me, baby. You know I love you, but Chop gonna keep it real. And that was a wild life we had at that moment. So keeping it real and telling the history of our life, our journey is dope to me. So I'm going to say it. Fred was like, Chop. He's like, sit it. I fucked Sarah. I said, no, you didn't, bitch. He said, yes, I did. Nigga. I said, no, you didn't. He was like, I did. I fucked Sarah. I said, how much you want to bet you ain't fucked Sarah? He said, I'll bet my show money. And that's how me and Fred used to get down. Our bets used to be the show money with each other. So he was like, let's bet the show money. So I was like, all right, cool. So the next city we went to, you heard me, the deal was this here. Fred was going to lead a latch. He lead a latch so it could be compatible with the door so I can be able to walk in. And if I walk in and see it, I lost the bet. And basically that's exactly what happened. We went to another city. We was actually in New York City and we was staying in a hotel. And Fred texted me and back in the G it used to be sidekicks. Remember sidekicks?
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
Yeah. Fred hit me on yeah, that was the you hear me? But Fred hit me on the sidekick and was like, Nick, I'm in the room. Come on. I left the latch open for you. So I'm excited. I ain't gonna count with you, brother. I'm excited. You did because I always wanted to see Sarah naked. I'm sorry, I did. So I'm coming over there. I'm creeping, you dig? I'm creeping and excited. I can't wait. I open the door. I come creeping through the door. I turn right. You dig? I pass the bathroom. You heard me? I go right. Sarah tearing this nigga up, son. I'm talking about fucking the shit out of Fred. And Fred, she riding Fred, and Fred looking at me, and he's sucking his dumb as shit. I was joked out, son. You heard me? And then Sarah, I made a mistake and walked backwards, you dig? And when I walked backwards, it was probably some M&Ms, you heard me? Or some Skittles, you dig? And I made a mistake and stepped on it. And Sarah looked back and jumped off Fred. Was like, oh my God, and crying by the wall and I'm like, Sarah, say, bro, it's all gravy. I don't care. I was like, I already know. She said, you already knew? I said, yes. Fred said he already done it before. Fred, you running your mouth and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, Fred used to knock Sarah ass down for sure. Yeah, Fred used to the shot of Sarah. No doubt about it. Tell her ass up. Fred loves Sarah, dog. He used to love Sarah. Facts.
Why they didn't make it official?
Because Sarah was married. How you gonna make something official and you got a family to go home to? You dig? And her husband would have gone and tried to kill her. He would have found that out. But we kept that a secret a long time around there. We did as long as we could. You heard me? But everybody know Fred was knocking it down. Believe that. Facts. But Fred, what really happened though, Fred started feeling the way. When Diddy started knocking it down, Fred wasn't feeling that shit. He gonna say he don't remember when Diddy knocking it down and started feeling away, but he was knocking it down, and Fred started feeling away. So that was enough. That was the end of the Fred and Sarah era, when Diddy started just fucking her. Facts.
So when Sarah and Freddie P was messing around, I remember on Making a Band, her husband, he used to come on the show. Was they messing around at that time too?
No, no, absolutely not. Um, I think, in my opinion, I think her husband knew what was down with Sarah as a person. So I think that he was trying to protect her. You dig? Protect her from embarrassing herself. And that's just my opinion. You dig? He was trying to protect her from embarrassing herself, which eventually ended up happening anyway, because the more that he wasn't around is the more she started doing her. Because I'm starting to feel like, she was probably trying to run from him. You dig? So when he wasn't able to be in control on making the band like how he's normally in control, obviously in her life, she was running like a free slave, and she was cutting the fuck up because obviously she must hated her life back then. But in my opinion, I think, just my opinion, and I don't do no capping, you dig? I think that her husband at that time, he done everything right for her, laced her up. He took care of her. Sarah didn't come into the band struggling. She came into the band with money. Sarah already had buku money. And they whole little wiggle, they had money. So Sarah ain't have a worry in the world. And I think that he was just trying to protect her from embarrassing herself, which she ended up doing anyway. So yeah, that's what happened. The more they got Sarah's husband away from him was the most Sarah was able to kind of thought out a little bit. You hear me? Facts though. That's just my opinion. Say, bro, after I seen Sarah do all that there, I couldn't look at women the same way. And that sucks. But it just made me look like, damn, even the married women be out here cutting up. And that maybe it did traumatize me. And mind you, I was a young dude. I wasn't over 21. I wasn't none of that. I was young. So you dig? I seen a lot of shit growing up, but I never seen a married woman cut up like that. I never seen it. You dig? And that made me say, damn, even a married woman, I think married women sometimes be the worst ones. Yikes. Mm-mm. Yikes. Me up.